we look at the DACA program and we see basically children that have spent their lives being educated, that are working. 92% of them are employed. Many of them own businesses. For them to be under the fear of deportation, I think is, to be perfectly honest with you, Tara, I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I have taken a strong stand. I have signed a letter with the United States Conference of Mayors and National League of Cities in support of DACA. We'll continue to do that, and hopefully the legislators. I've also sent a letter to all of our federal legislators in the state, asking them to work out and support the Dreamers Act and make sure that people that have dreams of living in this country get to do so, continue their dream.
Yeah. And what impact do you see that having on our community?
Well, there's in Arkansas, I believe they said there was 4,700 folks that's affected by DACA, and in our region, I know that many of the cities, when you look at the amount of minorities and people that are immigrants in the area, it's many of our cities are in that 20%, 30%, 40% percentiles, and we certainly want everybody to feel welcome. We're
Absolutely.
A welcoming city, and we're all a part of this city, part of this region, part of the state, part of this nation.
Absolutely.
And like I tell people, we don't build walls around our city. We tear them down and build bridges of love one to another.
I love that. Also, I know that in the past we have recycled just kind of, I'm all about going green and sustainability. We previously recycled plastics 1 through 6. I think now we're just doing number 1 and number 2. What's the reasoning behind that, and then what direction do you see our recycling program going into?
Well, we just developed a new recycling program, and we've set a goal of 40% diversion rate by 2027. We tried 1 through 7, but basically we anything from 3 through 7, we just could not get a good market for it. The market's very poor now that China has stepped up and shut a lot of the recycling coming to their country. That makes it even worse than what it was before. But we've got a good, strong market for 1 and 2. We're going to continue to do that. We developed, as I said, a new recycling program passed by the council. Okay. And some of the things that we're doing is food composting. Well, that involves the schools, it involves churches and businesses, and everybody can pitch in, and we take it. The food composting is, I know, at least 2 times faster than normal composting. That's so awesome. We can produce really good compost. We're also doing construction debris recycling, and that's a new program. And all that's working. We've certainly made some improvements. We can certainly do more, and we will in the future. But right now, that's what we've got going in recycling.
Love that. Well, I know that Fayetteville is always growing and improving. I'm always seeing new restaurants, and personally, I love the food trucks that are popping up now in this area. What growth and development do you see just kind of on the horizon for Fayetteville?
Oh, we've seen explosive growth. We were talking a little bit ago, and what we're seeing right now in this city, there is a brand new business every day coming into this city, and we're probably over 900 jobs for the year right now, which is really, really wonderful.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. We're looking at improvements on our digital infrastructure and our physical infrastructure. You've seen the parks, you've seen the trails, you've seen the sidewalks, the historic bridges, the new parking deck, flyovers, and we're going to continue that kind of work on the physical end of it. On the digital end, we're going to fight for affordable broadband, where every child can go home every night and be able to do their homework at home, because their parents will be able to afford that broadband that will give them an advantage. I mean, an advantage, but it will bring them the same equal playing field with every other child.
That's awesome, because the assumption is that everyone has internet.
And that's simply not true, and we're working to bring that affordable broadband to this city. So we're going to do that, and we look, of course, the social infrastructure. You know my positions on social justice, and I believe in equality, diversity, and inclusion, and I believe that everybody, as I say, I believe in a partnership-based government where we're all part owners together, no matter what the color of your skin or your religious belief or what country you come from or who you love. We're all one here. We all move it forward together, and I believe that this city is on a plane right now. It's I say that this city, is a city of dreams.
Yeah.
And you know, the reality that we live today is from yesterday's dreams, and the reality tomorrow is from today's dream. And we just live from dream to dream to dream. So we're really a city of dreams. So
I love
that's
that.
some of the things we're working on right now.
So I saw something that said that Fayetteville might be the location or the backdrop for a new television show. Now, is that true? Is that rumor? What's going on?
No, that is true. There's a television series. We have signed an agreement of confidentiality, but there is a.
Okay.
We're in the running for a TV series
I love that.
coming to this city. The folks will be located here. The state's putting in money in it. We're putting in some money in it, and it I think will be a real benefit. And I
That
think
is awesome.
everybody will be well pleased. I'd love to tell you today.
I know,
but
you gotta
we-
keep
but
it keep it under the
you
cover.
know, we're in
That's
we're
fine.
in competition with other folks, but I think
Yeah.
we've got a real shot at getting it, and it will be. You know, they're talking about $70 million maybe in
Well, I would
the
love
in the
to
region.
see that. That's awesome. We're number 5. We gotta do it.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And what politician do you admire and why?
Well, there's been many great politicians that I've admired over the years. I go back to FDR and John Kennedy and President Clinton. Of course, I believe President Obama did a fantastic job when he was president. I mean,
Absolutely.
he talked about stuff nobody else wanted to talk about. And, you know, I think that was good, bringing a lot of issues to light. And he actually was on the cutting edge of what I thought was right and good and needed to be said in this country. You know, President Obama listened to folks that a lot of folks sometimes don't want to listen to, and he spoke for folks that couldn't speak for themselves. Yeah. And I'm telling you, that's rare and that's wonderful. As far as some other great politicians, was Senator Dale Bumpers and Senator David Pryor, who I think is fantastic. They wrote some great books that I certainly would encourage folks to read.
Awesome.
You know, so.
Okay. Well, just wrapping up my last question.
Okay.
I love always seeing your quote of the day on social media. Do you have a quote for us today?
I do, from Maya Angelou.
Uh-huh.
In diversity, there's beauty and there's strength. And that's what makes this city so beautiful, because we believe in equality, diversity, and inclusion. I believe upon that all of our rights for every person in this country is solid and good. And without equality, diversity, and inclusion, you don't have any rights for anyone. So I believe in that diversity. Our diversity is our strength.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Jordan, thank you so much for your time today. Love always sitting down to chat with you.
It's
This
great
is
to be here.
Tara Carr, Tara Talks, KDIV 98.7 FM, the voice of the city, the voice of diversity.